They reveal a CIA classified doc from 1984. Read it. They revealed it and tell us more than known about Star Wars.
If you struggle to believe still, then who else does? Here is a CIA declassified document that mentions their research in the Force, as known in 1984 by the Star Wars Jedi.
A truth so shocking or so threatening that even government allow it to be locked away from public knowledge.
It speaks of experiments into weapon use and using the Force to increase its user. There mentions also US Jedi Army and later an Earth battle alien. These were classified to even newspaper article as this from Washington Post. This is taken from their document website, which you can see for yourself.
Weapons in space, and even predicts the creation of the Space Force.
A real, valid CIA classified document from the early 1980s has been declassified. Why? The document, found by one of the Alliance researchers back in 1999, discovered as was thought a document containing many blanked-out words. This document, although was published by Washington Post, was quickly stopped and classified back in the early 1980s. The thought of a newspaper article being classified was one thing, but what it contains brought some of our greatest fears true. As with many things that are not even classified but just not mentioned, it is where it comes from as well.
Comes from Seth, Lord, Chaos, Darkness, which destroyed the original Guardians thousands of years ago and then brought on some kind of cataclysm. Still looking through the records to actually work out what it is. And there's many stories of ancient tech, like Indian tech, where they've got these flying machines. They've got flying machines called Vimanas. But the thing is, they just talk about them. They've got like a Haynes manual, like you've got for your car on them. They're like, no, this is how what it looks like. And why now then? Why now? Because it's a cycle. Those 3 trilogies, despite the 3rd one, is a cycle of motif. It's a motif, a theme that runs throughout history. Basically what it's saying is that we're always doomed to repeat the things that happened before. Some don't learn from them. Most people think that we are at the height, the most advanced as we'll ever be at this day today. Tomorrow, next week, it'll be then. And there's the same stories of King Arthur and the Knights Templars and stuff like that. It's just that retelling of that story again and again. And so it's just the latest telling of it. All the messages within it, just like the Clone Wars. And why no?
Nobody knows what it is.
The same symbol used by New Jedi feature inside the wings of the Phoenix bird. From out the ashes rise.
Known as the pillar between worlds. It's a staff in all of the drawings, and if you go to Egypt and you look at the hieroglyphs, you'll see an image that looks like a pillar, and it goes up to the top, and then there's these 3 lines near the top of the pillar. Now, in Egyptian cosmology, the idea is that this pillar connects all the worlds together, and that these 3 lines represent the lines of human consciousness. In other words, how we perceive the universe. And in the stack of this pillar, it's just a small spectrum that is our general perception.